Welcome to part 4 of Value Creation with AI. And today we're going to take a huge step back and talk about really what is a business anyway. And my favorite definition of what a business is a business is a value delivery system. This definition came from an old school McKinsey consultant that I found when I was going through a phase of my life when I was really trying to understand what is a value proposition. And there's actually a download on my LinkedIn on a previous post, the 20-page download that helps you articulate what your value proposition is. So if we think about a business being a value delivery system, let's go through what that means because there's two really key parts to this. All right, so if a business is a value delivery system, we have a few different parts to consider. And there's really two main parts here. Let me go on our drawing tablet here. And there's really the value that the customer receives, okay? And then there's essentially your system to deliver that value, okay? So over here, this is your customer. They're going to pay you money. And they are going to be constantly going through this thought process of what value am I getting and how much am I paying? And am I getting enough value for what I'm paying? All right. So then there's your system can be broken down. If we think about Michael Porter's value chain, his diagrams are a little old school. They're very, I guess, supply chain driven. But if we take the same thought on that and apply it to the modern world with software and other more contemporary types of businesses, you can break those things into a set of activities to deliver the value to your customer, right? So this may be people, it may be, procurement, it may be many, many different things that you're doing here. So when we think about AI and the impact that it can have, you really should be bucketing your thought process and narrowing down on both sides of this equation. On the right-hand side here, value, there's new value that we can create for customers, things that were not possible before. But just I want to bring out this diagram because this diagram is a really good mental model that I've been drawing back to and thinking about, okay, what kind of new value can we create for our customers? Now we should really have insights into what our customers really desire, what they're willing to pay for, and overlay some of the new capabilities that we have in the series and look for new areas of value that you can sell to your existing customer base. Internally, what I'm finding is when we look at businesses and looking at the set of activities to deliver the actual value to customers, really, this takes a lot of discipline in seeing what the processes are to deliver value to customers that you have today. So you could think about this as your classic flowcharts and the steps that we have to actually deliver the value, right? So there's people and processes and vendors and all kinds of different things that happen here to eventually deliver the value to the customer. Now, what I'm finding is that we had done a lot of process automation and we still do a lot of automation type of tasks and workflow tools that we build onto existing legacy systems. It's a big area of business for us. And really building out these workflow systems, you have to figure out what the business process is and then overlay the business process onto the tools that you're building. But actually knowing all of the activities that goes into how your business delivers value, don't feel alone, because what I've seen is this is very, very poorly defined unless if you sit down and dedicate time to defining this. So my recommendation in improving your business with AI in general is to think about it in these two different buckets. What new value could we create for customers? And you'll have to excuse me with this Wacom tablet, which I have not used in some time. And that's one thing, right? So that's your value proposition to the world. And then internal operational efficiency, look at the set of activities and where you overlay the new AI capabilities to potentially automate. There are things that we're also seeing in the set of activities that were not actually possible before. They were too cost prohibitive, where you might ideally have a step such as a QA process that would overlook some of the human activities that occur in your current business. We're actually seeing that. So don't limit yourself to, when you look at these things, for looking at things that you'd want to automate here, for example, because there are new capabilities where you can automate things like augmented decision making and classification and other things that a human would normally do in your set of activities, or content generation for marketing and those type of things. There are certainly activities that would overlay with the AI on top of what you can do today, what you do in your current processes, but also open your mind and say, what if cost and resources were not a limit on my existing processes? What would be the ideal state? And that's when you have things like AI QA agents that can overlook for quality issues and raising the bar and reducing risk on some of your internal processes. So I wanted to keep this video short. This is a great model to think about where you can overlay new capabilities, not just AI, but any technological breakthrough that you can overlay on top of your business. I'm going to post this video on YouTube and also on LinkedIn. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe to this channel for the continuation of this series. And if you're on LinkedIn, I'm going to post a link out to our YouTube channel for this Value Creation with AI series. And here's to your success.